Beautiful souls, do you have a prayer request or want us to send you healing energy today? Would you like us to be praying for you, a friend, or a loved one? If this is you, go to worldslargestprayernetwork.com to submit your prayer requests. And while you're there, please join our team of prayer warriors. Your angels say that prayer not only opens you to miracles, raises your vibration, and helps you heal, but the more you pray, the more God's presence is felt here on earth. Feel your angels' love right here, right now, as they surround you, and be on the lookout for positive, loving messages that are meant specifically for you in today's episode. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to the Angels and Awakening podcast. I'm your host and author, Julie Jancius. Today, we're here with angel stories from Aimee, who's going to bring through a lot of different angel stories that bring through hope, inspiration, strength, guidance into your life. Aimee, thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to be here with us today.
Hi, Julie. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here. And I'm so excited to share my angel stories. Yeah.
Woohoo! Awesome.
I hope I can help some people. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to have you take it away and share your first one.
Okay. My first story it came to me in a dream. When I was 15, my brother actually passed away in a car accident when he was 16 and I was 15. So it was from him. And I remember this dream so much. It was a visitation dream, definitely. And I remember it so well to this day, 10 years ago. But yeah, I saw my brother and I said, Zach, what are you doing here? Like, you're alive. Come on, we got to go home. We got to show everybody, like, Mom, Dad, we're all going to be so excited to see you, and he just, he held out his arms and he just said, everything will be okay. Yeah, he just said everything will be okay. And, I just, even saying that now, I can feel his embrace. Like, it was so real, Julie. Like, it was amazing, And so fast forward 10 years later, I had a son and I named him Zach in remembrance of my brother. And he is just the sweetest boy. He really is, he really lights me up and he's been helpful through everything. I feel like, he helps me every day. But getting to my angel story, one morning or afternoon, I was getting ready to put him down for a nap. He was just a newborn. And I remember being like, oh, man, I'm so tired today. I put him down and I was real excited to just lie in bed and just be like, the newborn stage. It was really tough for me. I was so tired. I was not a morning person. And I was fixing to take a nap. And in my mind, it just says, get up. I'm like, I'm not getting up. I'm tired. And then, let's try to lay back down, relax some more. And something says, get up in my mind again. And, it happens, I think 3 times. So I finally get up and I remember walking into the kitchen. I'm like, why am I in the kitchen? Like, it's time to take a nap, Aimee, like, take a nap. And I look out my window. My dog, Marley, is struggling in my pool, like, cannot get out, flailing his arms. If I had not gotten out of bed, I know my dog would have probably drowned. Yeah. So I was like, what the heck was that? I had no idea. I didn't really know about intuition, or I wasn't like into all this as I am now. So I thought that was lucky,
Yeah. So you didn't even think like, oh, maybe that wasn't me. Like that was just like,
I knew it wasn't me.
Yes. Yeah. Because there's always a moment at which when we start to hear the voices within our heads, like some people even listening might not recognize, we go through life just thinking that the voice within us is us. And really it's our egoic subconscious mind that yada, 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 all day long from the time that we wake up till the time that we go to bed. And awakening comes in when you recognize like, oh, that's not me. There's actually two voice systems within me, my egoic mind, my intuition. And that intuition is normally really, really subtle, really, really soft. But man, it can scream sometimes.
Yeah. I'm so grateful I got out of bed. Oh my goodness. So actually, it happens a few times with my dog Marley. I have two other stories with him.
Yeah.
So the next one was let's fast forward. We were taking my son to school, and we were getting into the car like we do every single day. And as I sit into the driver's seat, something tells me your dog's going to get out. Just like completely calm and cool. Your dog's going to get out. I'm like, reply to my head saying, no, he's not. I closed my door. I'm leaving. We're running late.
Yeah.
Drive off to school, and I wasn't even home yet. And I got a phone call. Hey, Marley is here at our house. He got out. So I was like, maybe I should really start to listen to this voice, It's got some helpful points.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was really wild with Marley. But another one, I think this is my intuition again. It felt like the same voice. I was getting ready to take a bike ride with my son. And as we're leaving, actually, let me go back. My boyfriend had just made me a aluminum shelf for my microwave because I didn't want it on my countertop. I wanted it like underneath. So it was like, it's really sharp, and it was just waiting to be installed right out in front of my house. So my intuition says, move that. And I said, no, I'm going on a bike ride right now. I'll move it when I get back. What can happen from whatever. As
a short period of time will I'm not even by the house.
Right. Yeah. Why would I need to? So we have a great bike ride, come back. My son just zooms in front of me, and I'm like, oh, careful. And he flies off his bike, and he hits the corner of this aluminum shelf. I mean, it is sharp. So, and he hits right on his face, right by his eye. And oh my gosh, I got chills. I was freaking out, probably more than he was, but his eye was bleeding, and it was just blood gushing everywhere. And like, I was like, at that point, I will always listen to I will listen to you. I will listen always. I don't want anything to happen to my son. So
yeah.
Oh, that was just.
Was he okay?
He was fine. It was crazy. It was barely a scratch. I mean, it was like one of those ones that just bleeds and bleeds and bleeds.
Oh, and as a mama, you're like, oh my God, can you see? Are you permanently blind? What is happening here?
I'm like, he's going to lose his eye. Like, everything goes through my mind. Like, oh man. Yeah. I'm not really good under stress, I guess, like that.
No, I think that's all women. Like, we react in a different way because I believe that we're tuned in to the kids because they lived inside of us. There's actually some science I read once that said they will always have part of our cells and we will always have part of their cells. And I think because of that, there's a telepathic linkage between a mother and a child that always gives the mother that mother's intuition.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I believe that for sure.
Yeah. Wow, Aimee. So I know you have a couple more stories. We'll keep going and then we'll chat.
Okay, sounds good. So this is like one of my favorites. This happened to me when I was at work. I was a waitress at a breakfast restaurant, and I had a table, like, doing my usual stuff. And I get to this table and I want to take their order. And for some reason, this lady is just not giving me her order. I'm like, what? Trying to rush along. And I kind of took her as being rude or something. Like, I don't know. She kind of was ignoring me. So, get the order, go on. And then me and this lady actually end up like colliding with each other in the hallway. And she just like stops me in my tracks. I'm like, yes. It's like, hey, do you have a brother? I'm like, yeah, I have 3 brothers actually, but I'm not from around here. You probably wouldn't know them. And she goes, no, one who's crossed over. And I was like, well, I couldn't believe she said that. And, I watched that show, like Long Island Medium with Teresa Caputo or whatever. Yeah. And I want that to happen to me. I would always say, I want that to happen to me, please. And so she had a message for me from my brother, and she was saying, oh, he's always with you at work. Like, he's literally behind you all the time, making sure this and that. And like, he's just, and she just knew so much stuff, and I couldn't believe it. Me and her actually became really good friends. And like, she would always call me her soul sister. And like, my brother brought us together, and that, cause I don't have a sister, and but I always wanted a sister. And so she's like, oh, I'm your sister, you know, your soul sister. And she had a beautiful message for like my whole family. And just like knowing that my brother is like, there's no way that this lady would know me, or, you know what I mean? Like, know that my brother passed away, and she wasn't even like a medium. I don't know what happened or what, but
Spirit used her to bring through a message. And it's interesting because I wrote down in the last podcast interview that I just did, or angel story, what qualifies us to give messages. And it was so funny in the last one, I didn't get to answer that. And Spirit goes, don't worry about it. Well, let's answer it right here, right now. What qualifies us to give a message? Two things. There's two different types of giving a message, right? There's one, if you're like, okay, I'm going to make a career out of this, and this is going to be my life's work and my life's mission and my purpose. If you're going to do that, you want some training, right? Like, you want to know what it is that you're doing, because you're going to be working with a lot of delicate, sensitive situations. You can't have it where a mother is coming in to hear from her child and you don't know how to bring through messages to her. You don't want it where somebody's going to bring through negative messages, right? Because we have a private group, a free group called the Angels and Awakening Facebook tribe over on Facebook. And somebody put over there, oh my goodness, I just went to go see a healer, intuitive. It was no one like within my company. She went to somebody random, and she goes, and I'm freaking out because they told me I'm going to be alone for the rest of my life. I'm only in my 40s. Can somebody shine some light? So I hopped in and I did a live video because I was like, this stuff ticks me off more than anything else, because sure enough, 2 days later, this person she went to go see ended up sending her a message saying, oh, and for $2,000, I'll clear out all of this negative energy. That woman placed negative energy on the client and then went back to ask her for money to clear it. That is a whole scam. Right? Mm-hmm. And it gives a bad name to what it is that we do, because this work that I do is all about helping a soul to be clear and on their path. And what Spirit says is you don't bring through any negative information. Spirit, your angels, they're never going to bring through anything negative. It's always going to be loving, positive, helpful. So if you don't have training, what I'm trying to say here, and you do place negative energy on person's field, you're actually absorbing a lot of negative karma yourself. If you make a profession out of this, you don't know what you're doing, and you mess up people's energy, you're absorbing the karmic effects of that. Friend, if the idea of connecting to your angels and changing your life using your very own spiritual gifts sounds amazing and is deeply resonating with you today, I want you to go on my website and check out my angel membership. Registration is open. Sign up today and you'll get access to new course content and events each week and a private community. Members love how everything you need for your spiritual awakening is all in one place. Sign up today. Angel membership, it's incredibly healing. Also, the winner of this month's free reading with me is in the show notes below. Leave a 5-star positive review of my podcast or book, and you could be next month's winner. Lastly, check out the upcoming events page on my website, theangelmedium.com, because we have a lot of upcoming events that I know you're going to be interested in. So, long story short, if you're going to do this for a business, get some resources, know how to do this. That's what the Angel Reiki School that I created is for. If not, if this is just a message that you have to bring through, like you're like, oh my God, Julie, Spirit is just impressing upon my heart. I have to say this to this person. If it's loving, if it's positive, go say it, right? Because that's a one-off type of situation or a here and there type of situation where you're not trying to do this, constantly. Maybe you don't need that professional training, but Spirit is calling you to go bring through that message. And I think people need to hear on that podcast, then go bring through that message. If it's loving and positive, it's something that someone needs to hear. I wouldn't go around being like, Spirit said so-and-so is going to pass away, or this is a negative thing. Nothing negative. Has to be loving, has to be positive. That's it. Yeah. So I just thought I'd bring that through.
Yeah. Yeah. She wasn't a practicing medium at all, but she's always said that since I was so open that and believing that she was able to get all those messages for me.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I love that. Aimee,
she unfortunately passed away though, January 2020.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. Well, let's talk about your son. How old is he right now?
He just turned 7.
He did. Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting because he's got a lot, like they call them indigo children, or I forget what the other word is. He's got a lot of purpose here in this lifetime. And as you've been talking, and I always ask Spirit to bring through messages to whoever I'm in front of, it's all regarding him.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. He's very, he's intelligent. It's on a very, very deep level. Like he feels things very deeply. He puts things together in a way that people don't see it. He is very, very insightful is the word. What they keep talking about is you feel called in certain directions to learn about this piece of spirituality, to learn about this piece of intuition, to learn about this piece of meditation, because it's all directly related to what he's here to do on earth.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And a lot of I feel like you think to yourself sometimes, well, he's too young for me to talk to him about this or about that. There's a way in which you can present almost all of it. And they want you to talk to him about it more and more because he's going through it. He's trying to figure out his own intuition and how to trust himself more already. He just doesn't know exactly how.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I always try to teach him, like, we do our little bubble in the morning, a little with God's white light. And, I kind of talk to him about signs. Me and him, we get signs all the time. Like our sign for Uncle Zach, my brother, is a pink car. And we just saw one yesterday and we're always like, oh, hey, Uncle Zach, or, but that's awesome because I know he's very sensitive and I can tell he picks up things, or you know what I mean? I don't know what it is, but I can tell I know he's very special.
Yeah. There's a lot of parents out there who are like, well, I think my kid's going to go into this piece, or I think my kid's going to go into this because they are so spiritual or they are so highly sensitive. And what Spirit is also saying to just tell parents out there is that there's going to be a lot that comes up with this next generation of kids, our kids who are like between 1 and 8 years old right now. Really like 1 and 14, where they're going to be called into different sectors of work to be healers. So I think it's going to be confusing to some parents as they get older. It's not for us to determine exactly where they're needed to help. It's our job to teach kids how to be intuitive, to trust themselves, to tune inward, to really know that voice within them when it says go this way, what it means to have those callings and feel like your heart is being called in a certain direction. Because when they know how to trust that, they're able to listen to themselves. And no matter where they are in life, go the direction that they're feeling called. Does that make sense? Because I think what the vision is that some people, what angels are showing me is that some people are going to think to themselves, oh, well, I didn't see my kid going in that type of career field. There's healing that needs to be done, though, in every single line of work. So we can't say, oh, I really thought I saw you going more into this or being more of a traditional healer over here. If they know how to trust themselves, if they have that intuition, they're going to be guided where they need to be.
That's so cool.
Yeah. You talk to your friend on the other side a lot because she says that you're also learning that you can hear from her. And she keeps saying that there won't be a day in your lifetime that she's not next to you. She's chosen to be one of your guides from the other side. She's not coming back for a lifetime anytime soon. So she'll be over there. The rest of your life here. But I want you to think of it kind of like a radio system, like a walkie-talkie system. It's almost like when a angel or loved one is part of your spirit team from the other side. It's almost like you've always got them on a walkie-talkie, right? And they're omnipresent over there, so they can be doing whatever it is they're doing. But when you radio in your head and you say, okay, this is going on, I need your help with this, they tune in and they're right there to respond. So she said that you've been working through really understanding what's your voice and what's her voice, but she wants you to know that you're doing a good job with it. Stop self-doubting and really trust that it is her coming through, because she's going to be working with you to show you your path forward. You have a lot of healer energy, but what is it that you do for work right now?
I actually make crystal jewelry right now and I sell it on Etsy.
Ooh, we need to talk. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah.
I just started like almost a year ago and I love it.
That's amazing.
Love it. It was a huge jump for me. I mean, like just choosing myself, going forward and everything.
Okay. So, but you see what I've been saying this entire time? Everybody is like a healer in different areas. This is a huge healing, way of bringing healing into the world that you might not typically expect. I actually have a lot of crystal necklaces and I love them. Yes, because I actually choose what to put on that day based on like the energy that I want to carry that day.
Yep, I do the same thing. I love it. I have a sunstone on today.
Yeah, it's all about attention, intention, and awareness, right? Because like when you know that you're focusing in on that day, you bring more of that energy to you as well.
Absolutely.
Draw it in.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Aimee, thank you so much for being here on the show today. I so appreciate you and just the love that you shared with all of us.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Of course, of course. Beautiful soul, thank you so much for joining me today. My name's Julie. You know I'm all about connecting you with messages from your angels and loved ones on the other side. If you've been listening today and you're super excited and just have to know which angels are sitting around you now, who's connecting with you, and how they're supporting you, go to theangelmedium.com. Register for a virtual session. You can do a reading with me or a member on my team. We're all incredible. We all talk to angels daily, and we can help you in making sure that your angels are doing the best they can to support you and guiding you to the life you want to live. Virtual sessions, they're only offered on my website, never, never, never offered on social media, only offered on theangelmedium.com. Sign up today. And if you're the person who's really excited, you're ready to go all in developing your unique spiritual gifts, growing your intuition, starting your own healing business, you can sign up for my Angel Reiki School to become a certified angel messenger. That's for the healers among us who feel called to grow their intuition to the max and serve humanity with their gifts. You'll learn energy healing, mediumship, how to deliver angel messages, and business mastery skills. That's the Angel Reiki School. You can find more information on theangelmedium.com or DM me over on Instagram at Angel Podcast with any questions you have. Friends, before you go, connect with your angels by placing your hand on your heart, taking a deep breath. Imagine a doorway filled with God's unconditional love in front of you. I want you to step into that love in front of you. And I want you to feel it as it fills your body, your chakras, and your auric field. Now ask your angels, what would you have me know today? And open yourself to the positive, loving messages they have just for you.